Hi, I am Sandrine and I graduated from Normandale in May of 2013. Prior to that, I lived in Cameroon in West Africa, and my family and I moved here in April of 2009. My father was a lawyer back home, and he was also very heavily involved in politics. And in Africa, politics is a very bloody game. So when you upset the wrong people, they not only target you, they target the thing you treasure the most, which usually is your family. So as his children, we've always had a target on our backs our entire life. I remember one of the most frightening experiences we had was in April in 2003. Our house was burned to the ground, and that was the second time this happened. We were very fortunate that none of us were home. I believe that's when my grandfather decided to step in, and he said enough was enough. He strongly advised that my father needed to get us out of the country for our own safety, because it was better for us to leave and be alive than to stay and be dead. So that was one of the reasons why my family decided to split up. My father moved here in January of 2006, and he lived with family while earning money to bring us over, while my mother stayed back with us home and took care of us. So she made sure we all went to school, did not worry about anything, just worried about getting our education and just being kids, I guess, while they, the parents, worried about everything else. When my family finally got here in April of 2009, we got reunited with my dad for the first time in 3 years. Before we got here, my father had actually done his research behind the scenes, picked out great schools with the pros and cons, and when we got here, he decided we were going to Normandale. He said he had picked out the best place for us, and it was Normandale. I think that's one of the things we appreciate about him to this day, that he puts that commitment towards our education. By the time we're coming in our first semester, we already had this really great cohort we're going to work with, other students doing similar programs as ourselves, and we had this really great network, advisors there ready to help us every step of the way. Everything was being put in place to help us succeed both academically and socially during our time in Normandale. And I think from then on, everything just expanded, I would say. Everything just expanded, and we just found ourselves diving into a whole other programs on campus. We got involved with the Student Senate, with the Student Life, various numbers of programs on and off campus, lots of volunteer opportunities, and we're doing all this while also trying to keep up our academics. And everything was just fitting together nice. My very first scholarship I received was from the Normandale Foundation. It was the CUP Presidential Advisory Scholarship. It was a $1,000 scholarship, and I received that for 3 consecutive semesters. That actually helped offset the cost for college very greatly. That way I was more able to focus more on school and worry less about working part-time, and just focus on school and focus on succeeding. I also got a number of scholarships from the Academic Math and Science program, and some from the Student Life program and the Center for Experiential Education. Throughout my time at Normandale, Kim and Maria have actually been my rocks. I don't think I would have been able to graduate without them. I don't think I would have succeeded without them, because I remember there was a time in 2011, something happened in my family where my dad had to move out, and it was a very difficult and trying time for my entire family. My mother was left with 4 children whom she had to support and raise and clothe and feed and pay the rent and do everything. Well, she was very insistent on the fact that we all continue to go to school and focus on our education. I would come to school and I would completely break down. And I would go to Kim and Maria, and they would hold my hands and they would tell me, I'm much stronger than I think. I realized that they weren't only interested in me succeeding academically, They wanted to see me succeed in my personal life. They wanted to see me succeed in my family. I don't know what I could have done without the both of them. They really, really helped me, and I would like to say thank you to the both of them. After all that, I was finally able to complete my coursework at Normandale. It took me 4 long years, but I finally did it. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without their help and their constant support all this time. I actually graduated from Normandale with 2 associate degrees. So an associate in science in chemical engineering and an associate in arts with a double emphasis, mathematics and chemistry, because I really love the sciences. And I transferred to Mankato, where I'm double majoring in biochemistry and mathematics. I would not be able to succeed and graduate from Normandale without all of the grants and especially the scholarships which I received. And I believe everyone should give towards causes like this. Everyone should donate to the foundation, because the foundation really, really helps provide scholarships for students like myself, so we are able to go to school full-time and focus on our education and succeed. And it actually helps knowing that there's someone out there who's actually interested in my education, and there are thousands others like me who would need your help, all the help we can get. So I believe everyone should donate towards causes like this. Yay.